I got another banger for you guys. Stay tuned. Guys, welcome to the Mr. Bubbles channel, where we dish out awesome pressure washing business advice to beginners. Now, before we get into today's episode, I want to get this announcement out of the way. You know, I go to a lot of conventions throughout the country. You guys remember in the beginning of the year in February, we went down to Orlando and we covered that. And a lot of you guys were emailing me and sending me messages afterwards, and how you were lamenting that you didn't get to go to that one. Now, I started promoting that event about 3 weeks before I actually went. Now, I am promoting a new convention that I am going to bring up in every single episode all the way to the actual event. It's 6 weeks away. So I'm giving you guys a lot of time for you guys to prep and organize your schedules in such a way so you're able to go to this one. Now, all you got to do is you got to Google this convention. It's called the �HUGE, H-U-G-E, the �HUGE Power Washing Convention. It's another convention, guys, that happens every single year. This one is in Nashville, Tennessee. And it is in August 22nd through the 24th. But just go ahead and put that on Google, and you're going to see a bunch of links to it. Recommend you guys get tickets for that. I bought my tickets back in March, so I already got my hotel, my flight. Of course, you guys know I'm in Maryland, so I'm going to be flying out there, renting a car, and I already booked everything like 4 months ago, guys. So I'm hoping to see you there, because like I said, a lot of you guys told me after the Orlando convention how much you wish you would have gone to that. And the last thing I'm going to say about that is this, guys. You know, I preach a lot on the Mr. Bubbles channel, the importance of networking. And I'm telling you this right now, there is no better networking opportunity than this convention. This is a national convention, power washing convention. So everyone's going to be there. Guys, anyone in the industry, from content creators to vendors to some of your biggest pressure washing companies in the nation, everyone's going to be there. I know last year, I was talking to some people that went last year. It was over 10,000 people that went. So, you know, make sure that you guys, especially you guys that are close, right? If you're within, like, let's say a 3-hour window of a drive to Tennessee, you know, to Nashville, I would definitely go to that. It's going to happen in the famous Gaylord Hotel. Again, it's the last week of August. Just look it up. Just go on Google and put in the �HUGE Power Washing Convention. It'll send you to their website. You can buy the tickets. And again, you're going to get a chance to meet. There's about a handful of content creators that I've confirmed myself with them that they're going to go. But I know there's going to be 20 to 30 content creators there. Of course, I'm going to be there covering the event, interviewing people and that sort of thing. And you guys are going to get to see. I'm planning on doing one shot, which is like 1 hour of me walking through the whole thing, and you guys get to see it and all that. So super excited about the �HUGE convention, and I will see you guys there. Now, let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of today's episode. Guys, this episode, well, what I'm going to talk about is SOMA. Of course, you guys know this, SOMA. It's an acronym, S-O-M-A. It's my own creation. It stands for Sales, Operations, Marketing, and Administration. I'll put this up to make it easier for you. SOMA, S-O-M-A, Sales, Operations, Marketing, and Administration. Now, instead of making this like an hour-long video, we're going to break this down into 4 videos. So in today's episode, we're just going to be talking about sales. But, guys, guess what? Before the end of the year, like right around Thanksgiving, my plan is to do a 12-part series where I'm going to break down for you guys the 12 most important skills. You know, I talk about this a lot. It's one of the things I say on the channel, right? That it's all about the skills. Your pay is nothing but a reflection of your skills. And we're going to break down each one of these skills, like the top 10 things that you should focus on in order for you to improve and develop that specific skills. But for the purpose of this what we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys the top 4 of each one. And the reason why I came up with Soma, guys, is because what I've noticed through the years, if you are a master salesperson, you're master at operations, marketing, that's getting customer, and also administration, that's kind of like the 4 legs of a table, the 4 wheels of a car. It's a good foundation for your success. So I would kind of start developing those skills first and kind of grow from there. But anyway, so let's go ahead and jump into sales. Again, I got 4 things, and this is kind of like foundational things that you're going to need in order to develop the skill of selling. So the very first thing that we're going to talk about on here, number 1, is develop a sales pitch. Guys, wow, this is something you've heard me talk a lot about this, okay? And I have a pitch that I've developed many years ago that I've used in the field, and I have given out this pitch to thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And guess what, guys? I can email you this. You all know my email. You can find it in the description of this video. Email me and I will send you a PDF of my actual pitch, which will help you a lot. But anyway, so I'm going to recommend you something. You go into my library and you watch episode 52, 52. It's the second part of my marketing series where we break down for you exactly how to develop a sales pitch. Because a sales pitch, guys, guess what? It has 5 essential components to it. It's introduction, short story, presentation, close, and then the upsell. But again, watch that video because it's like a 40-minute video where I break down for you, and I also teach you in that video the 4 factors of sales impulses. Again, we're not going to go into that here. We're going to talk about that later when we do a deep dive into the skill of selling. But make sure that you guys study up on that episode 52. But anyway, so developing a sales pitch, guys, it's all about practicing. Get that sales pitch and practice it with your partner, practice it with your mother, with your brother. When you're out driving around, just practice over and over and over and over and over and over again. Guess what, guys? Every great salesperson, it doesn't matter if it's if it's like a car salesperson, they're selling real estate. Pretty much every single salesperson out there, they have a sales pitch. And what happens is, sometimes when you interact with these salespeople, you don't think that they're pitching you, but they are. Because as you progress in this journey and you master your pitch, it's going to sound very organic, and that's the point. Your pitch should not sound like a sales pitch. It should sound like an organic conversation that you're having with that person. But that's why you got to get that pitch, guys. And you just got to practice and practice and practice. And again, guys, I already did the homework for you, and I am giving you the cheat sheet. So just go ahead and make sure you email me, and I will send you my pitch. And you guys can just practice that, and practice that until you perfect it. And you go out there, and that's what you do. And then I'm going to give you guys a bit of homework. Once you practice your pitch, right? Once you kind of you'll feel confident in your pitch, I want you to go out and practice that pitch with 100 commercial accounts a month and 100 residential. So like, for example, I love pitching in, what's that thing called? Car dealerships. So you're going to walk up to the dealerships, you're going to do your pitch 100 times a month. So that's only 25 a week. So small commercial properties, you're going to go up to these real estate people, you know, salons, things of that nature, churches. Guys, a lot of churches out there will hire you because they don't have internal people that do that. So make sure you reach out and you're doing that. You're practicing 100 commercial and 100 residential pitches per month. So that's some homework for you guys. So number 2 on my list, you guys have all heard the saying, image is everything. We grew up with that, right? Well, guess what, guys? If you're going to become a master salesperson and you're going to show up to somebody's house wearing flip-flops and maybe like, I know cargo shorts are the thing. I've seen, like, I saw a guy recently, he was wearing Crocs and cargo shorts. Nothing, no lettering on his shirt, no uniform of any kind. That's not professional, guys. So a pitch is not going to help you if you don't have the image. When I talk about image, I'm not just talking about your person. I'm not talking about your uniform, your pants, your boots. I'm also talking about your vehicle, guys. Guys, make sure that you're getting lettering or some kind of marketing of some kind on your vehicle. If you can't afford a vehicle wrap, that's fine. That's fine. That's down the line. But make sure that you go to vistaprint.com, get yourself a magnet for your door, Maybe wrap your tailgate because that's only a couple $100. Make sure that your truck looks like the vehicle of a professional. And also, I recommend when you guys go do estimates, don't take your personal vehicle. You know, take your work truck with you because it's going to speak volumes about you. And guess what, guys? I mean, what you see on screen here, this is how I show up to customers' house. I look like a professional. I sound like a professional. Image is everything, guys. And then the final thing I'll say about that is this. Guys, make sure your online image matches your boots on the ground image. Because if you don't have a website, you don't have a Google My Business, selling out in the field is not going to help you all that much. Because guess what, guys? Once you leave that property, they're going to look you up. And then if they don't see that, you know, you don't have a legitimate business, they're not going to want to do work with you. So remember that, guys. Focus on making sure you're improving your image. Of course, we talked a lot about this when we do our branding. When we talk about branding, right before the series that we just did, the downstreaming series, we did a whole video. I'll put up here for you guys what the thumbnail is so you can search it out, where we talked about branding. And remember, marketing is what you do to get a customer, but branding is what you do to build a reputation in that marketplace. And a lot of that has to do with how you project yourself out, how your image is, you know, to the outer world. So make sure you guys are wearing professional uniforms. I recommend getting shirts from finprint.com. I've mentioned them a lot on this channel. This is where we get all of our shirts. This shirt that you're seeing here on screen, guys, is like at least 2, maybe 3 years old. And, you know, look at it. It still looks fairly brand new, and it's been through a lot, guys. Let me tell you, it's been through a lot. So make sure you guys are ordering and you have professional uniforms out there. That's going to make a huge impact for you. Now, before we get to number 3, guys, check this out. Guys, quick announcement. I've created a digital product called Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box. Check this out. Okay, so the Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box is actually a thumb drive that we're going to send to you guys to your physical address. And when you get this thumb drive, you're going to see a folder that's called Box in it. And then when you open it, you're going to see all of these files right here, guys, all of these folders. And guys, this thing has over 500 files, anything and everything I've ever created from my business. So all of the blueprints, training modules, documents, all of the things that you guys constantly email me about, you know, your pricing PDF, your for example, you know, your marketing blueprints, anything that you could need for your business is in here. That's why we call it a business in a box. One of the things that I really like about this is, guys, check out all of these pictures. So you have a total of 300 before and after pictures that you guys can add to your website and your Facebook and your Google My Business. And check this out. So there's a folder called Google SEO. And the pictures already have the SEO words in them. And this one photo right here has over 300. This specific folder has 190 pictures, but all in all, it's over 300 pictures. Look at some of these pictures, guys. Amazing before and afters pictures for you guys to be able to add to all of your social medias and whatnot. This is going to help you get a lot of customers. And of course, your edible postcards are on here. And then finally, you got training videos on here as well, guys. Like, for example, the video on how to optimize your Google My Business, the Mr. Bubbles. You got several videos. So they're like training modules. You got all the PDFs. The bottom line, guys, is this. This is going to help you with your business. So don't miss out. Make sure that you email us so you can get your business in a box today. In order to get your business in a box, you just got to hit the link in the description of this video. And I say this all the time on the channel, guys. The more you know, the more you grow. That's how come I decided to create this business in a box, because it has everything in there you need to be able to grow your business. And I really, really believe that this is going to be a game changer for you. Guys, you do not want to miss out on this one. Well, there you have it, guys. Make sure you pick up your business in a box. That's going to be a difference maker for you and your business. Now, moving on here to talking about sales and developing our sales skill. Number 3, guys, this is one of the most important points of selling and you know, getting you guys going on this journey of becoming a great salesperson, right? You guys have to understand that sales is about never giving up. Guys, sales has a law of probabilities, or as we call it, a law of averages to it. And guess what? Generally speaking, it's a 90-10 rule. What does that mean? That means that for every 10 people you talk to, 9 are going to say no, and 1 is going to say yes. So I want you guys to kind of tattoo this idea in the back of your mind, that every no gets you closer to a yes. Let me repeat that. Every no that you come across is going to bring you closer to that yes that you want. So let's say you're out door knocking, right, guys? And you've been practicing your pitch, you feel real confident, and you got, you know, real professional image, your rig and your truck looks awesome. And you go out there and you pitch 8 neighbors in a certain neighborhood, affluent, nice neighborhoods. You're doing target marketing because you're looking for dirty homes. You knock on their door. You do your elevator pitch that I'm going to send to you. And then 8 people say no to you. Guys, get excited, because if 8 people said no to you, the next 2 houses you knock on, 1 is probably going to say yes. But guess what? 90 people will say no to you out of 100, and 10 will say yes. So make sure that you guys understand that that's pretty much like, I want to say like an universal law, like a numbers law that's unbreakable. So you guys understand that that's all part of the process. Don't get out there and have one person say no to you and say, oh, I suck at selling, I'm not going to do it anymore because I'm terrible at it, blah, blah, blah. And again, guys, we're going to do this series where we're going to talk about communication skills and people skills. And I'm going to give you guys a lot more resources for you guys to be able to develop these areas. But I'm giving you kind of like just a foundational principles for you to go out and practice these things, because they're going to make a big difference for you. You guys, I want you guys to, in life in general, right? I want you to develop this philosophy for yourself. Every no is going to bring you closer to a yes. Moving on to number 4. Okay, this is probably the most important thing besides developing a sales pitch, because you know you can't become a great salesperson without a sales pitch. But I would say the second most important thing, guys, is our number 4 on our list, which is understanding that sales is all about building relationships. At the end of the day, guys, that's all selling really is. And I want you guys to hear me out on this one. Now, one of my favorite quotes of all time is, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Let me repeat that. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So if you're going to people's homes and your number one goal is just to make money, and you come across as this sort of like money hungry, you're not really looking to find out anything about that person, you're not looking to build relationships of any kind, I can tell you right now, you're not going to make it very far in this business, guys, because as you progress on this journey, it's all about retaining customers through the years. Guys, this is my year number 12, and we're doing jobs from 10 years ago, 8 years ago. We're doing customers that this is that like they're, well, I have one customer, we've been to her house 15 times over the years. So make sure that you understand that customers want to do business with companies they know, they trust, and they like. So you got to sell yourself to these individuals by building relationships, because people know that you care about their property. You want to see them having the best driveway in the neighborhood. You want their house looking good. You want to show them that you are proud of working hard for them, because their house is going to be basically like the envy of the cul-de-sac, or the envy of the street, or the envy of the neighborhood. So make sure you're building a relationships with these people and adapt for yourself that sort of core philosophy of, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care about their property, about whatever it is. Like, I'll give you guys a great example. I recently went to do a house, right? And I was doing my walk around to see if I could upsell anything. Then I knock on the woman's front door again. She had already told me to walk around and see how much I would charge, right? But I noticed something, guys. On the side of her house, on the left side, she had this koi pond. Wow, guys, I've never seen a more elaborate koi pond, okay? I mean, this thing had a waterfall on it. And this little old lady, she was like in her 80s, right? So I knock on her door. I didn't even talk to her about sales. I just started mentioning to her how awesome her koi pond was. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. I asked her if she had built that herself. She started laughing. She goes, no, we hired a company. And then she says to me, oh, by the way, did you know we have a turtle in there? I was like, no way. I didn't see a turtle in there. We walk over there. Guys, we spent about 10 minutes talking about this turtle. And then I was explaining to her the process. Right above that koi pond, she had a pergola that needed to be done. So we upsold that. At the end of the day, guys, guess what? It ended up being a $2,800 job that she went out there. We went out there originally just to give her a quote on a house. We ended up selling like retaining walls, multiple patios, screened-in porch, pergola. And it was a $2,800 job because I sold myself to someone who I built a relationship with. And guess what? Now she's one of our annual customers, gave me an awesome 5-star review. All because of that philosophy. I'm going to repeat it again, guys. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Now, I want you guys to go out there, focus and practice these principles. Guys, remember, at the end of the day, like, you guys come here and you learn things from me, but learning something doesn't do anything for you if you don't go out and apply it. At the end of the day, guys, it's all about practice. And that's all I got for you guys today. I really appreciate you coming to my channel and watching this how to develop your sales abilities video. Highly recommend you guys watch the next one as well, as we talk about Soma, sales operations, marketing, and administration. In the very next episodes, we're going to talk about the 4 things that you can do to run a better operation and develop that skill as well. And then, as always, guys, email me. We talked about the sales pitch that you need to develop. I call it an elevator pitch, which is a 30-second pitch. I'll give that to you in a form of a PDF. All you got to do is email me. My email is in the description of this video. And as always, guys, I really appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bubbles out!